What's going on?
Who knows?
Welcome to another episode of What's Going On. My name is Dolores Vidal, and our co-host is Janette Cranshaw, who has bundles of news and things to report of great interest to us. So would just like to let you know that we have another guest next week, but this week it's the cozy group of Janette and I.
Yes.
So without further ado, I'd like to say good morning to you, Janette,
Good morning to you.
and bless us with your news. It's spring.
It's spring. Well, there's certainly a lot going on around Belmont as well as at the senior center. I think one of the most important things is what recently took place of the candidates' night, and maybe a lot of you were at the Beach Center, Beach Street Center, to hear it. But if you missed it, and it was good, we watched it, the Media Center recorded the whole thing. So here are the replay times that you can see it whenever you like. You can turn into, for Candidates Night, at 7:30 p.m., at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday and Sunday right away. But then it will also tune in on channels 828 at 10 p.m. on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday, and 2 p.m. Wednesday. Basically just sit there in front of you and dial all the good things that come out from the Media Center, including reviewing.
No, I'm fine. I just stretched my foot. I didn't mean to kick it.
Including candidate interviews by Anthony Shanella of our town newspaper, and Patrick Ball also. Interview them, those running for school committee and library trustee positions. And that would be at 7 p.m. on 96/30 choices at 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Also on channels 828 at 10:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, 6 p.m. Sunday, and 2:30 p.m. Tuesday. Anyhow, it's all in your town paper this week, okay? Right under the thing that says Belmont Media Center program schedule for the whole week. So all of the things that pertain to hearing again about the pending election candidates.
Is it the candidates themselves that will be?
Yes. Yes, the candidates themselves. And my husband and I were watching it last night, and we thought it was quite good. You know, you sort of like, well, that was interesting. I never thought of that angle, and so forth. It was very interesting. Another thing that is going on right now, and I mentioned it last week quickly, is the Belmont World Festival. And
The film festival, you mean?
Yeah, the film festival right down at our own media studio, film screens.
The studio cinema?
Welcome is the first one. and again, that you can see all about that in our town paper on page 27. And anyway, I hope to take in some of these.
Are those international films?
Yes, definitely. International films. And it runs from Monday, March 21st, to do that program called Welcome, through April 25th. So it's celebrating the 10th anniversary series with 7 international films in conjunction with One Book, One Belmont. Now, how are we going to tie that together? They have a way, which is a town-wide program sponsored by the public library. All screenings feature post-film discussions or entertainment. The series culminates in a celebration in May in which Belmont World Film will bestow its Citizen of the World Award. So
That sounds very interesting.
it does, right?
Getting us out of our little shell
Exactly.
and thinking, about the big picture and knowing other people and their
Yep.
customs, their lives, their thoughts. Sounds like a good idea.
It sure does. So, and the third big thing in Belmont going on now is indeed to do with about all Belmont reading the same book, one book, one Belmont. And Stephen Puleo, author of Dark Tide, The Great Boston Molasses Flood of 1919, will speak at 7 p.m. on Thursday, March 24th at the Beach Street Center.
That should be interesting too. It's an interesting piece of history.
Absolutely. The book, which puts a human face on one of Boston's most dramatic disasters, is the featured title of one book, one Belmont. So the talk, along with a tour of the North End that the author is leading on April 2nd, are the final events of a month of activities focusing on the book. Puleo will describe how he researched and wrote the book, then answer questions and sign copies of his book.
Can you repeat the name of the book in case people want to read it?
Yeah, Dark Tide, The Great Boston Molasses Flood of 1919. And I still have to pick up a copy. I think the library must have a stack
they
of
should.
them.
They should, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
you
I
can
haven't
buy.
been there recently, but they must.
I can't believe I haven't picked up a copy, and so forth. So I learned about it as a child, and several of the people listening this morning would probably know about it from a grandparent or something like that. My grandfather was working down at the Faneuil Hall Marketplace and at Chamberlain and Company on the day that it happened, and was sort of trapped of not being able to leave work in the usual manner or take the usual route. So anyway, a lot of people have their memories of that time. So that March 24th,
At,
Beach Street
right.
at 7 p.m. It's a Thursday, 7 p.m.
Should one call and make a reservation?
Doesn't say so. It doesn't say so.
Even better.
Yep. So those were the three things that are town-wide things that I wanted for sure to get in. By the way, I'm sure you all, if you get the paper and read something that was more public, right on the front, we talked last week about the Andros Diner. And indeed, it was sold at auction. And our own Jeff Hansel contributed to this article. We've got a nice goal of circular influence and sharing of information between the media center, the town newspaper, and the Beach Street Center. Now, of course, the Beach Street Center does double duty. It is the senior center all day long, 8 to 4. And then other things can be scheduled there. I should have emphasized that more for almost every week, because you can call if you want to, and I remember you mentioning this, a reception of some sort, a committee thing, and as you say, like this election candidates, it can be scheduled weekends and nights and so forth. So
The facilities are wonderful, and it's a great place to host any number of activities.
And my husband and I go down a lot now, because I sometimes help with English second language and so forth. And he has a group that meets that he's going to be chairing. And we just love to go because of all the music programs, you know. So that's really great. Okay, something I haven't mentioned much about before, and this would be a good week to do it, because so many people, well, what do you do at the senior center? Well, you know, get a hold of one of these and you'll find out. But the various senior center trips. I have friends who go to almost every trip that comes along.
Well, and this is, it's been such a long winter
Yeah.
that people are probably enthused about the idea of getting out and doing something different for a change.
Absolutely. So, for example, Tuesday, April 26th, what a strange name here, Estrogen and Tonic at Angelica's Ballroom in Middleton, Mass. Ida Zecco presents Showtime. In addition to cabaret performance, Ida has appeared in music festivals all over the world. And she can be as sassy and brassy as Kate Smith or as smooth and silky as Lena Horne. Don't miss her, you're gonna love her. Meal choice, and it gives it, and so forth. So Gateway Tours is providing the bus to get there, and then there'll be a lovely dinner of either Boston baked scrod or Yankee pot roast, and then the whole show, and that's only $69, which is great, from the senior center to coming back again. Then Wednesday, May 11th, the Bermuda Avenue Triangle at the Newport Playhouse in Newport, Rhode Island. That's a nice place to get down. An extensive buffet luncheon provided, and after lunch you can sit and relax for a performance of an outrageous comedy about two widows whose daughters have moved them into a Las Vegas condo. The ladies meet a gentleman, and then the fun begins. After the show, back to your original table, and you'll have a captivating cabaret. Anyone who went last year to this day trip will tell you what a wonderful day it was. Cost is $72, and the check is payable to Fox Tours. Anyhow, you can get all the information you need right out of the senior notes. Then Wednesday, May 25th, through Thursday, May 26th, Nonantum Resort in Kennebunkport, Maine. This 2-day, 1-night offers, in addition to the many amenities, a tour of Kennebunkport, a visit to Stonewall Kitchen, a tour and tasting at Red Hook Brewery,
Before you weave your way back.
and top it all off with lobster at the famous Foster's Downey's Clam Bake Restaurant. And so cost is $259 for the transportation, the double, and for a double or triple room, and a $50 deposit, and so forth. And
Does that include the meals, or does it not say?
well, it includes the meal I described, at least.
Okay.
I think it's probably everything. One more here. The Red Sox-Orioles game in Washington, D.C. on Monday, July 18th. We're accepting deposits now for the above trip in order to avoid cancellations due to overbooking. Trip includes 2 breakfasts and reserved seating at the game. Next day, we travel to Washington, D.C. for sightseeing at the Capitol Mall, World War II and FDR memorials, the Air and Space Museums, and many other D.C. attractions. Wow, now that's a good deal. So cost is $269 for a triple, $279 for a double, and that's everything. So you can't remember all of the minutia that I described, but I think I was trying today to give a flavor of some of the wonderful things that are available. For those of you that say, well, I just don't go to the senior center. I think some people who are, over 55 don't want to admit that they could go in there. But it's a lively place and lively people. It's wonderful. Okay, and then I would like to mention some things again that don't get mentioned. We have a lot going in the computer room there. You can take computer fundamentals Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. This started March 14th. Learn all the basics, working with Windows, the whole bit, and so forth. And it gives all the dates and so forth from March 14th on through April 6th. $25 for 8 sessions. Digital camera use. I do not want a digital camera because I am shy of figuring how to use it. But if I ever do it like everyone else in the civilized world, Mondays and Wednesdays by appointment, one-on-one instruction in using the digital camera, how to get the most out of it, how to use the menu button and its surrounding arrows and setup and resolution, date, time, camera speed, and all that.
I think you're almost ready to go to that.
Yeah, I'm sort of working. I'm so tired of being embarrassed by my grandchildren who know how to do all those things. They can't believe when I show up with a regular camera. One-on-one computer tutoring, too. That's really good. The Beach Street Center now offers formal one-on-one computer tutoring Monday through Friday. Okay? 1-hour appointments are available. This is the perfect opportunity to ask specific questions, watch a demonstration, or review topics which you have learned in class. Sign up at the front desk for an appointment or by calling, and it gives a number, 617-993-2970. Donations to the Belmont Council on Aging will be accepted. Recommended donation is $10 for a private 1-hour session. So that's about computers. And then, of course, there's always the fitness classes.
Excellent. I have heard nothing but rave reviews.
I love to go take a peek and watch people doing those things. I haven't signed up yet. But there's Tai Chi classes. The Wednesday class started March 16th. It's going to go on for 8 sessions. And strength and flexibility just starting March 21st. And so forth. Chair yoga starting March 23rd, 8 sessions coming up. And line dancing, April 21st, 8 sessions. So that's a lot of things that go on, and you go in, you see 20, 30 people doing all of these things, and the music's going, and everything. It's very nice.
And let's not forget to inject the notion of getting prepared to go out and vote.
Get us prepared.
Well, next month,
Yeah, April 4th.
April 4th is Election Day. So that's another good reason to view what Janette was telling us about Meet the Candidates and get prepared to think about whom you would like to elect to office on April 4th and get out there and do it.
Here's the picture that also comes with The World Comes to Belmont, about the 10th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
It shows up a little bit. So, get a copy of the newspaper, get a copy of the town paper. If you have the town paper and you have the senior notes, you are all set for any kind of activity you would like. Find it for yourself. So, that is the news on my end here. That's it. Do you have anything further?
I don't, actually.
Okay.
I think you've given a pretty complete picture of what activities there are around, and
next,
I encourage everybody to take advantage of the improved weather to begin to make plans for these much less dreary days.
absolutely. And next week, Tom Younger, our town administrator, is our guest, and so forth. And then we will have, the next week, we have someone lined up as well. So that's it for this week.
Once again, it's a pleasure to be with you, and we'll see you next week.